That was over 5 years ago. Todd Labrador and his family harvested a birch tree to make a canoe, a tradition that's been in the Labrador family for generations. That may soon end because Labrador says this summer the bark is no longer usable. The inner bark is filled with growths that make holes in the bark.
So we're getting to the point, and I don't see the disease leaving the tree. Once the disease is in the tree, it'll die in the tree. So it'll never go back to being smooth bark again. The next generation, which will be long after I'm gone, if it's healthy enough, but if this disease continues, you know, I don't know what will happen. Yeah. So.
The Labrador family's traditional lands are now the Kejimkujik National Park and Historic Site. He is a member of the Acadia First Nation. For over 10 years, Labrador has shared his knowledge to park visitors at his workshop in the park. Brian Zwed is on holiday. He traveled from the U.S. state of Virginia to learn about Indigenous culture.
It's really difficult to find information about Indigenous people, and I read a little bit about the Mi'kmaq before I came here, but then I saw that Todd Labrador was going to do this demonstration, so it became really easy to come here and learn something about the Mi'kmaq tribe.
However, Labrador says the workshops may end. He says for the last 15 years, the bark has been too dry and the trees are starting to die. The inner bark is full of lumps, which Labrador thinks might be a fungus infection.
But I always thought clear-cut logging would be the one to cause the end, but it's not clear-cut logging. It's some kind of disease that's causing this. I don't know what the disease is caused by or what it's from, I don't know. But it would be interesting for some scientists to look at it and say this is what it is. You know.
Labrador has enough bark harvested from last year to make one last canoe, but right now he's working on this one in his workshop. He uses trees that are about 8 inches in diameter, which take about 100 years to grow. He says if the bark trees are gone, his family tradition will be lost forever.
It's important, like canoe building was almost lost and then it's sort of been revived, but without bark we can't build birch bark canoes, you know. Canoe is an important part of our culture because, you know, it was our vehicle.
Parks Canada was not available for an interview, but said in a statement to APTN News they do not know why the birch trees are dying, but are working with the Mi'kmaq to develop a conservation action plan. Angel Moore, APTN National News, Kejimkujik National Park, Nova Scotia.